Hello HUD House Hunters, it's Donnie Corum with ColorSpringsForeclosureDeals.com. Today I bring you 2204 Glenwood Circle. Now this is a raised ranch style home featuring 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a 2-car garage. Right now HUD has this property slashed down to $155,000. Now it's in the Palmer Park subdivision, so obviously it's real close to the Palmer Park area, and with over 2,500 square feet, this house should retail for $200,000. They've got it on sale for $155,000. Needs a bit of updating, but I think you'll like what you see. Come on in, let's take a look. So we're inside 2204 Glenwood Circle, and one of the things I like about raised ranchers is we get that ranch style openness, right, but you're still kind of elevated. I like being elevated, it's a personal thing, but as you walk in through this area, you've got a huge window. I mean, you can see the entire neighborhood from this window. You might want some blinds though, because the entire neighborhood can see you too, but this is nice. It allows a lot of natural light into this room, and it makes the room feel even bigger than it already is. This is already a pretty good sized room. We got a nice fireplace feature over to this section. Looks to be in pretty decent shape. And throughout this, guys, you're going to see that it's just a little dirty and it's a little dated, but really nothing all that bad in this property. Just like a lot of our homes, needs some updating to really bring it into the times. We're walking through the formal dining room area, if you will, here. Again, another massive window out back, letting in a ton of natural light. And then we head into the kitchen. Now, the kitchen shares the dated problem. You've got some outdated cabinets, outdated fixtures, but I honestly believe that if you wanted to keep these cabinets, you could. I personally would remove the fixtures out of the center and maybe update those with a silver, something brushed nickel more in the times, or just replace the cabinets altogether, which we can do a cabinet set like this for just over $1,000, believe it or not. So it's not as huge of an investment as some think when it comes to replacing cabinets. The flooring has an old style tile with a dark grout. Modern time says that we want to at least get the grout in a lighter color, so more than likely you'd retile this room, or you could just regrout the grout lines if you wanted, but sometimes that's more work than just putting new tile down. We've got 3 bedrooms upstairs here, and they took the carpeting out of the bedrooms. The hallways are carpeted, but the bedrooms are a nice looking hardwood. Now they're going to need a nice refinishing to, again, bring them into the times, but in general the hardwood's not in bad shape. So this is the first of the secondary bedrooms, and decent size, again, raised rancher, so you're just going to feel a lot of light, pretty good distance to the ceiling in these houses, so that gives it a nice feel. You can see they got a little happy with the paint colors back here, so maybe you're into that. If not, you're going to want to paint this room. But beyond the paint job, nothing I can't live with in here. Just needs just a nice base coat paint to bring it out of a Clownville as it kind of feels now, and from there you're done. Finally, I want you to see the master. Master is obviously a larger room than the other two. This is a true master bedroom. Hardwood floors in here. And, one of the remodeling features, guys, is, again, the windows are kind of dated. They've got the old aluminum style with the storm above it. They probably insulate just fine. But in order to really modernize this place, and again, if we were to flip this property, one of the first things we do is turn this into a vinyl window. So don't forget, $8,000 tax credit. So if you buy this house in time, they're going to help you to put the new windows in and do some of the remodeling that this property needs. Lastly, we have the 3/4 bath off the master. Get out of the way so the camera can see it. Extremely dated. The tile is kind of outdated. The vanity's a little bit outdated, but everything looks to be relatively functional. So you put a couple of bucks in just remodeling that, you got a full 3/4 bath off of the master, which is something you don't really see in the 60s era where this was built. So that's a really nice feature to come up with. With that, let's check out the basement. Come on. So we're heading into the basement. Now, right out of the gate, you've got some blue carpeting that something we may want to replace, but I do want to point out the full depth of this room. This is kind of a huge drape room, and again, raised ramps, so lots of open space, higher ceilings here for a basement, and then we've got this huge fireplace mantle. Don't forget, we got a fireplace upstairs, so this actually has 2 fireplaces. Nice to have one, but 2 is obviously better. Here's our 4th bedroom. And you might argue this is bigger than the secondary bedrooms upstairs, so it's a pretty good sized bedroom. And it's got, a decent closet over in this direction and some relatively stained carpeting. But, you're probably going to replace the carpeting on this floor anyway, so while you're doing that, you can just get rid of this as well. We also have our full bath, actually a 3/4 bath down here. This is sort of your guest bath, if you will. And as with the other bathrooms, functional but extremely dated. The shower definitely is showing its age. Decent vanity and things like that. But, we're looking for equity. This is where you find it. You do the things that the property needs to bring it into the times while you can live with it, okay? So we're looking for stuff that it makes sense to update it and fix it, not something that we can't live with in the meantime. So you get the loan on the property. And guys, I want to point out that as good as we are, we're not looking to sell you the house that you're going to live in for the rest of your life. What we're looking to find is a great deal on an investment property that you can live in and work on for 2 to 5 years. By then, this market will have turned the corner, okay? And you'll be sitting on a ton of equity. You then sell the property you live in now. You pocket all that equity, you put that as a down payment on your dream home. So don't buy your dream home in this market, buy a deal. And that's what we're looking to find here. Let's check out the garage. We're walking into a pretty good sized 2-car garage. In addition to having obvious storage for 2 cars, it's also got a workshop area back here. So this is a very deep 2-car garage. And you're comfortably going to be able to get your cars and all your toys, motorcycles, winter items, things of that nature. Plenty of room back here. Let's check out the backyard. So we're out back at 2204 Glenwood Circle, and this backyard is amazing. In addition to being a huge lot, just over 10,000 square feet of lot space, they really did a nice job of laying this thing out. First and foremost, you've got this huge concrete pad area, which is going to minimize the amount of yard work you have to do, and if you watch the videos, you know how I feel about that. But additionally, out back, you've got brick siding up top, and then they stuccoed the lower level, which will last literally forever. And this is something real low maintenance siding, so that's a really nice touch. But also, another feature I really like, you can tell I'm excited, we've got a little dollhouse back here. Little kids' playhouse that while you're renovating the inside, you might spend a little time to renovate that. Your kids are gonna love that. So with that, let's go ahead and recap the Glenwood property. So here's the scoop. We've got just over 2,500 square feet of living space for $155,000. Retail in the neighborhood is running in the early $200,000 range. So though this property needs work, this is an excellent deal on a great family home with 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a huge 2-car garage. As always, guys, to check this one out, you gotta hit me up. Number's there at the bottom of the screen. I get calls all the time, but a lot of times it's on houses that sold ages ago. So if you find something you like, you gotta act quickly. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, you're not looking for your dream home. We wanna find you a good deal on a great property that when this market corrects, you're walking away with a ton of equity. That's what we do here at Colorado Springs ForeclosureDeals.com. That's why we bring you the deals. With that, I thank you again for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.